The NBC News headline reads, Xi warns Trump of possible conflict over Taiwan at Grand Beijing Summit. When we take those threatening words and consider the conflict in Ukraine with Russia, and you take into account the joint attack on Iran by the United States and Israel, you cannot but see the shaping of a new international order. You can literally see the shaping of alliances for a third world war. You do not need to envision this alliance any longer, for it is being shaped in real time before our eyes. Consider the realities that we are seeing right now happening around our globe with the United States as the actor, NATO at its side along with Israel, and Russia, having North Korea, China, Iran, and many African nation-states at its side. You already see how the battle lines are being drawn. Right now, the various conflicts are taking place with so-called superpowers supporting lesser powers, and in some cases, the superpowers are in direct war with lesser powers, as is the case with Russia against Ukraine, and the United States against Iran, with proxy wars slowly becoming a thing of the past, but remaining a very active tool in the hands of powerful nation-states, and even some not-so-powerful ones. Consider the United Arab Emirates funding and arming a deadly barbaric group, the Rapid Support Forces. In the Sudan, according to the United Nations, United States intelligence, and human rights organizations, is the United Arab Emirates a superpower in the ranks of the United States, Russia, and China? No, but they are still able to fund and arm terrorist groups to cause havoc in other countries to safeguard their interests in those nation-states. When it comes to the superpowers at war with lesser powers, as is the case in the war with Russia against Ukraine, and the United States allied with Israel against Iran, we are witnessing that those so-called superpowers are in stalemates with those so-called lesser powers. As such, this reality makes matters even more intriguing. Not one of those so-called superpowers are outright winning their wars against the so-called lesser powers. This harsh reality should make you realize how deadlier and how much more devastating a Third World War could be in comparison to the Second World War, especially with all the advanced technologies and artificial intelligence becoming a norm on the battlefield and various societies at large. Now, imagine China invading Taiwan and the United States being compelled to defend Taiwan. What do you suppose we as citizens of the globe would find ourselves in? Do you suppose Spain, Portugal, Germany, Italy, Canada, and many other nation-states would say that this is not their war like they have said regarding the United States and Israeli war against Iran, even as Iran has shut down the Strait of Hormuz and the economic ramifications are devastating the global economic order? Do we suppose that many of those European powers like England will just stand by and suffer economically? Please help me by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, sharing your thoughts in the discussion, and most importantly, God bless each of you.